and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to give you a life story of my life. Now I hope you're prepared to sit and enjoy listening to me rambling on about my life. But I thought it'd be a fun way for you to get to know me and to know where I've come from and what's led me to here now. So here we go. I was born in 1985 to my mum Sue, my dad Ray and my big sister Claire, who is 4 years older than me, and I was born 7 weeks early, so I should have been a July baby. But I was determined to come out and face the world. So I ended up being a Gemini, which fits me much better. And by 2.5 weeks old, I'd been sent to Royal Manchester Children's Hospital, which was located in Pendlebury, part of Manchester. And I was under the care of Professor Glasgow, who was a musculoskeletal orthopaedic surgeon, who I imagine was the best in his field at that time. And after having several tests, I was very, very floppy, like they were able to turn my hands and feet right round, my skin was loose, they struggled to get blood out of me, and I had an umbilical hernia, and they had breathing problems too. And there they discovered I had Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And at the time there wasn't that much knowledge about the syndrome, only the very basics. And for the next 17-18 years he kept an eye on me, but that's just skipping a whole chunk of my life. So for the first 5 years of my life, I spent my life in hospital and out of hospital, in hospital and out of hospital. I missed many birthdays and Christmases. Like, one of my first memories was my 4th birthday. I was in Manchester, and they let me out for the day after having a party on the ward with all the nurses and all the other children that were on the ward. And obviously some children were able to get up and play, so a little party was good. And we had birthday cake, and we left a piece for my dad to have later when we got back, as he let me out for the day. I had my ears pierced somewhere, and I went to see my nana and granddad, who lived in Chorley, which isn't too far away from Manchester. We had a little tea party, we had birthday cake, and it was good. I really enjoyed it. I got this pretty blue dress. It was like a sky blue with bits of white flowers and ribbons and very princessy, I thought, but blue, you know, not pink. I was in actually that time for having my umbilical hernia removed and my adenoids and my tonsils removed, and they decided to do the surgery all in one to, you know, I think you understand the same in the process of the anaesthetic and the healing up to the recovery time afterwards. So I was under the care of Professor Glasgow, and there was Mr. Pikai, and I'm not sure who else was there, but there's a big team there looking after me. And I'd already started at Hypo Nursery and gone to Ramsden Infant School, but I was at Ramsden's for about 1.5 years, 2 years, and then I went over to Vickstown Primary School. Now at Vickstown I was very, very happy. I knew my place in my class, not like location, but I knew who I was, I knew who my friends were, I felt confident, I got to be creative and make projects, and I was always writing stories and plays, drawing pictures, and yeah, it was just basically a happy time, apart from the fact of feeling like a robot girl, because I had to wear full length calipers on my legs and a full length spinal brace, which when I was really small, it went up to my neck, like here, so I couldn't move my head. But I think that was purely to strengthen the muscles in my spine and my neck, my chin, and even my legs. My legs used to knock into the knees, which they still do if I'm not careful, and it hurts. I had walker frame and then walking sticks, like special made ones. I remember they had bright yellow handles. Yeah, so I wore these every day at school, and I didn't really like it. I felt different. Ow, I ripped this up. And I also had a radio aid and 2 hearing aids at Vigstown. And I remember at playtime in the playground, some of the kids used to crowd around me trying to hear what teachers were saying, because sometimes they left on their loop part of the hearing radio aid, because I had like the main thing in a bum bag, and then they had one around the neck, and sometimes they leave it on in grade staffing and you could hear them talking. So some of the other kids, you know, found out about this, and they come around me and get me to say things or what they're saying, and last time I couldn't even hear properly because obviously I was outside and they were inside. But it was a way for me to make friends, as strange as that may sound. But yeah, I absolutely loved Vigstown. I was very sad when I left. I was very anxious at the time because I didn't know which school I was going to next. And I remember I had a bald patch of hair here, like, I think it was just sad. I used to just pull my hair out because looking back I must have been very nervous and anxious and uncertain, because all my friends were going to one school and we were actually prepared to go to another school where my sister had gone, and they were making a lot of adaptations and alterations for me. But anyway, so I started off part-time at my senior school, which was Walnut School. Now, many of my class friends from Vigstown went to Walnut, and our class was divided into amongst the different form classes. Now there was W, A, L, N and E, so that's like 5, and there was only a few in mine. There was a lot in 2, 3, anyway, so I didn't really see my original class friends that much. And by the time I started full time, they'd all made new friends and kind of formed the little circles. And I settled in, but I struggled. And I don't really remember any of the teachers helping me catch up, because obviously I was part-time, so I didn't go to lessons. And I remember being kept in by a teacher at break time because I couldn't do her homework. I only knew the basics of what my sister taught me because she was doing her GCSEs at her school. But, you know, she was at school all day and then she'd come home and do her coursework and revision, and she didn't really have much time to teach me bits. So, already, I was struggling. I made friends, I did make friends. But I did always feel like an outsider. And then as time went on through the school, I had less help because my main SOWA, I think they call them, like a learning support you get in college but at school, she was wonderful, and I'm friends with her now. And Carol, she was amazing. She was really good with me. I had doing normal lessons up until GCSE time, and I only had doing a few lessons, but really they should have made sure that she was in normal lessons, but there wasn't enough of her to go around. Unfortunately, and they put me in sets because they thought that I was academically clever enough to manage, but they didn't really take into consideration of my physical needs, like, you know, keeping up with the writing off the board, which in my English class, actually some of the girls who I sat with used to copy in my book for me. They'd do it in their books and they'd do it at mine at home, so I was kind of a little bit after everybody else. But I was just very thankful that, you know, they were able to do this for me, even though they didn't have to. And it was a difficult time, and I haven't really spoken to the school about it since, because, you know, I left school 15 years ago, but it does leave an impact on you. You know, it really knocked my confidence. But like I said, Carol, who was amazing, and I got to go horse riding, got to carry on going to the outdoor pursuit weeks with the school in the special needs department, you know, who were amazing. You know, that really, you know, it was good for me. Anyway, I left after my GCSEs. Well, I don't feel very proud of what I did. I know that I could have done better, but when I left school, me, Carol, Roger and Keith was in a lot of my classes at school. He was in my class at fixed term. We all went on a tall ships, on the Cutty Sarks tall ships race, and we got on the ship from Bergen, Norway to Esbjerg in Denmark. We didn't win. We didn't win that leg, but we did pretty well. It was an experience I will never forget. It was nice to get to know Carol out of school and kind of relax, you know, not cornered by Mrs., you know, what her last name is, but by her first name, and not have to wear your school uniform. It was a challenge. You know, if anybody who enjoys adventure and being a part of the team and not afraid to get up in the middle of the night and not afraid to go up in the mass, I was actually really scared, so I didn't go up. But, you know, if you are, go for it. You know, it's for you if you're into that kind of thing. And it's my first time abroad, so it's all very, very exciting and new and not knowing what to expect. And then I went